Well, hello everyone! Welcome back to Dual Destinies. Previously, we took a really solid look around the aquarium once more, and we found a bunch of fascinating information. Marlon Rhymes left a upside-down handprint on the ladder in the show pool? I forget the term for it. And we learned a bit more about Azura Summers, a woman who died here a year ago. I'm pretty sure the implication is that her boyfriend was Dr. Crab here, but I'm not 100% certain about that, so maybe we can talk to him a bit more. So you were talking about euthanizing the whale at first, but now you're saying that you want to save the whale from it? Who was that phone call from? Son of a gun, you heard that. Who didn't hear that? It was the Center for Dangerous Animal Control, calling with a demand. They said that the orca may have been found not guilty this time, but that if she ever attacked a human again, we would have to put her down. Put her down? But that's horrible. Did you agree to their demand? Animals sometimes do attack humans. And of course, humans sometimes do kill animals to protect themselves. If it comes to that, yes, as a veterinarian, I am prepared to carry out euthanization. Using this poison. Ah. The other shoe has dropped. I see. Huh? That capsule! It has the same letters on it as the one that was in Orla's stomach. Did Dr. Crab try to kill Orla? No, it's someone else in charge of feeding the orca. Let's ask him about that. No? Nothing to say? Alright. What about the charm? Is it Onafuda, I want to say? Onafuda charm? Why does that sound familiar? I know I've played some video game with an Onafuda charm. That charm. Azura always wore it. It meant a lot to her. Azura Summers, the trainer who died a year ago, right? Was Miss Summers special to you, Dr. Crab? Wait, did we see this? We did. Oh, maybe a bit more about the torpedo? Ah, you're interested in my teleobservation real-time pertinent data organizer. Your torpedo, huh? So it allows you to gather data and observe the animals? Gee, Dr. Crab, the names you pick all seem to have something to do with weapons. Well, I do make a hobby of collecting air guns in my spare time. I picked sniper and rifle from a list of over 100 gun name candidates. What were some of the other names on the list? Grenade and launcher, revel and ver, things like that. Revolver. Couldn't you come up with anything a little cuter? What? But those names are so cool. A young lady apparently just doesn't understand the masculine spirit. Oh well, you know. Apparently I don't either. Well, any thoughts on the Skull Rock? I'm kind of out of ideas of what to talk to him about now. Dr. Crab, isn't this your calendar? Yes, it's mine. What are you doing with it? Mr. Rhymes found it in the nap room. Oh, must have forgotten it there when I tried to get some rest. It sure is a cute calendar. I guess you're crazy about penguins. Somebody gave it to me, okay? Now, please don't tell anybody about it. It's embarrassing. Azura designed this calendar. This one here is a prototype. She designed a calendar for this year, and then she died before it went on sale. Were you and Miss Summers romantically involved? What? What gave you that idea?
It's just that I sensed sadness in your heart when you talked about the calendar.
Of course we weren't romantically involved. I don't believe in romantic feelings. You look shaken, though. By the way, did you meet Mr. Shipley at 7 a.m. on July 20th, as scheduled? No. We were supposed to meet, but Jack didn't show up. Is that really true? Sasha finished cleaning the Orca pool room at 6 a.m. If Dr. Crab managed to get in the pool room somehow and meet with the victim, then he would have had the opportunity to kill Mr. Shipley. Please let me ask you one more question, Dr. Crab. What is it, Mr. Lawyer? You look so grave. I heard something disturbing from the writer Norma de Plume.
The center demanded that the aquarium put the killer whale down a year ago. But put her down? But the aquarium owner refused their demand, saying it was an accidental death. But I hardly think a persistent organization like that would just give up and go away. I'm quite sure the power of money helped convince them.
What makes you think that?
Once a month, the owner and the vet disappear from this aquarium. And I came to find out that, each time, a large amount of money was being paid out.
I think Shipshape Aquarium might be keeping some kind of secret, and that it has something to do with the recent murder. Uh-oh. Cyclops. 5 of them! Ho-ho!
5 Cyclops.
That writer, she just has to stick her nose in everyone's business. Son of a gun, I should have dealt with it all more carefully. How am I ever going to remove all those locks? Huh? Huh? Whoa. Sorry to interrupt, but Prosecutor Blackwell wants Dr. Crab.
Detective Fulbright.
You again? You couldn't possibly have any more questions for me. Well, you see, we're having a little problem. We were going to call the animal keeper as a witness for the prosecution, but he's being very stubborn and refusing to testify. And so we thought we'd ask you to be a witness in tomorrow's trial.
Did you really now?
Well, I'm not taking sides. I'll tell you what I know. No more, no less. That would be fine. Now, if you would please come along with me. Well, looks like we'll have to continue our talk at the trial tomorrow. I don't know what secret you and this aquarium are hiding, but I'll uncover it if it'll help save Miss Buckler. Give it your best shot, then. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, it looks like we'll be going up against Dr. Crab in tomorrow's trial.
I bet it'll be one tough customer.
Okay, we'd better get our evidence organized for tomorrow.
I'll have Athena hold on to the evidence I don't think I'll need in court. Oh, well, that's nice. Oh. Hey, I was jamming there. Hello?
Mr. Wright, I went to Hickfield Clinic.
Apollo, use your indoor voice.
Sorry about that. Anyway, I found out his lot, so I wanted to tell you right away.
It turns out that mysterious capsule is a powerful sleeping drug. Apparently the brand name is 3Zs. Oh. Alright. I really should have seen that coming. Okay, yeah, it says 3Zs right on it. And they said the Shipshape Aquarium vet recently bought a large quantity from them. The vet? Dr. Herman Crab. 3Zs is supposed to be for people, but Dr. Crab told them it would work on other mammals like orcas and dolphins too. So Dr. Crab's euthanization poison was actually sleeping pills? When Orla almost drowned today,
Was it because she'd been given sleeping pills? And yet we saw firsthand that Dr. Crab was fighting tooth and nail to save Orla. So what the hell? And I found out more than just about that capsule. Dr. Hickfield himself gave me some information. Shipshape Aquarium had someone on their staff named Azura Summers, right? Yeah, the one who died a year ago. Well, Azura Summers was getting a certain medication from Hickfield Clinic last year. The same heart medication as Sasha Buckler. What? Really? Azura Summers had the same heart condition as Sasha? Nice work, Apollo. Thank you. We'll be coming back to the office soon. Okay, Trucy and I will be there. Well, we'd better get back to the office and get ready for tomorrow. What are you going to do, Pearls? I thought I'd stay overnight here and be with Orla and Rifle. I'll be ready for a telecast during the trial tomorrow. Good luck to both of you. Thanks, Pearly. That way, when we prove Sasha innocent, she can see Orla right away. Huh. I'd love to see Sasha and Orla back together again, both free and clear. But before that can happen, I have to prove Sasha's innocence. Fascinating. Well, it sounds to me like this heart condition these Orca trainers have developed came about because of their circumstances, not sheer bad luck. So what the hell? Is it something to do with the bends or something? I don't know. Huh. What? The ship's doctor and Azura were romantically involved? Well, that's my theory, but I don't actually know if it's really true. Azura would never get involved with that god-awful ship's doctor. But I do admit, they were friends. But would Azura send Dr. Crab videos, I wonder? Videos? What do you mean? Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the Orca tricks. I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone. Huh. This is an interesting bit of information. Okay. So it's possible someone from outside the clinic could learn the tricks. The whistle commands. Huh. I really am starting to feel like the Dr. Crab thing with Azura is a red herring, and that the boyfriend was actually Marlon Rhymes. Like, it's thematically on point because you have him and Pearly kind of developing a relationship, so there's precedent for this man having a relationship. I'm trying to think like a writer, okay? So TV phones can shoot videos too, huh? My dumb phone sure can't. These TV phones are amazing. They can even record sounds you and I can't hear. Why did you not tell me that earlier? All the equipment we use at Shipshape Aquarium is high-tech. The ship's doctor sends away for all kinds of electronics. So all the high-tech stuff is Dr. Crab's doing, huh? Anyway, I still highly trout... Azura's boyfriend was the ship's doctor. The Dr. Crab found a charm yesterday, and he was really shaken by it. Charm. Hey, leave that alone. That belonged to Azura. What was Azura's charm doing in Rifle's stomach? That charm looked just like your keepsake of Azura. Yeah, well, she did say she and her boyfriend had matching charms. Were the ship's doctor and Azura really a couple? I can't believe it. I think Dr. Crab will be called as a witness today. There are still so many unanswered questions. but I hope to solve them all in today's trial. I believe in you two. I know you can do it. And we will, Sasha. We promise.
Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Sasha Buckler. The defense is ready. Someone's jumping out the gate. Ready. Now I'm completely thrown off. Very good. It appears both the prosecution and the defense are ready. Yesterday, it was proven that the Orca was not guilty and that the victim fell to his death. Prosecutor Blackwell, did your investigation of the Orca pool turn up anything? It did. We found a bloodstain from the victim at the bottom of the pool. On this. Oh my! What a frightening-looking rock. And you say it has a bloodstain on it? Just looking at it gives me the willies. So can we assume that there was no water in the pool at the time of the incident?
Very good. What a clever little deduction.
Oh, well, it's nice to get a compliment from the prosecution for a change.
Prosecutor Blackwell has completely tamed the judge with his carrot-and-stick approach. I guess I should have brought a few carrots of my own. Right, moving along, I have prepared a witness. Buckler was the only one who entered that room when there was no water in the pool. The witness will prove that. Come to the stand, witness. Name and occupation. Dr. Peep? Sniper, stay in there.
And who is that cute little creature?
Such a restless bird, quite unlike Taka.
Peep?
Wow, chalk went up for Taka. He shut Sniper up with a single sound. Son of a gun. Dr. Herman Crab, Shipshape Aquarium's veterinarian.
And could you tell us the name of your cute little friend there as well?
Your Honor, please focus on the case.
But it's important to learn all we can about the witness.
This is Sniper. Peep, 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 peep. She's the offspring of a penguin named Rifle. Sniper lives in my hair. She might cause a commotion now and then, but please try to ignore her. I was originally going to call the animal keeper to the stand, but he refused to testify, so I settled on the veterinarian. Now tell us, why was the defendant in the Orca pool room when the water was drained? Getting right into it, here we go. In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the Orca pool room. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together. During cleaning, the pool water is drained. While the cleaning was going on, Marlin was taking care of the Orca in the show pool. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned.
And your claim is that the victim was made to fall to his death during the cleaning?
Only Buckler and the owner had the security card necessary to enter the Orca pool room. And we already know from the security company's record of card usage that the defendant was in the Orca pool room during the time of cleaning. The witness's testimony and the record of security card usage are conclusive evidence.
So no one beside the defendant was at the scene, and the water in the pool was drained?
Uh-oh. The judge already seems to be leaning toward the other side. We have to strike fast. Your Honor, we're ready for our cross-examination now.
Oh, yes, of course. Please proceed then.
The power of youth comes in handy at times like these.
Aren't you in your 30s, Phoenix? You're youthful, right? 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 I mean, I need to know. I'm turning 30 this year. Help.
In the early morning hours of July 20th, Sasha was cleaning the Orca pool room.
Hold it!
Why is the cleaning done so early in the morning? Essentially the middle of the night. Our aquarium is open every day of the year, without break. So of course the cleaning has to be done at night when there are no visitors. No days off, is that it? I can relate to that. Yeah, I guess prisoners don't get to take days off. Things sure are different around our office, huh, boss?
You don't have to rub it in quite so enthusiastically.
So, was the defendant's cleaning alone? No. Sasha and Jack Shipley, the owner, were scheduled to do the cleaning together.
Hold it!
But Miss Buckler said that Mr. Shipley never showed up to help with the cleaning. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that what is on the schedule. Maybe they changed plans. They probably felt awkward with each other after their fight. In any case, there's no proof the victim entered the Orca pool room during cleaning.
Objection!
If you don't stop your yammering, I will pull your tongue out and barbecue it.
Ugh, do you have to be so violent?
Proof or none, the victim must have entered the pool room during cleaning. Witness, tell him why. Jack must have entered the Orca pool room. The reason I think so is because the record of card usage shows that Sasha entered the Orca pool room.
Hold it!
Don't you mean to say that the record shows both of their cards being used? No, only Sasha's. They must have gone in together. Jack's body was found in that room, so that's the only logical explanation.
I see so many holes in this.
We talked about this just yesterday. What purpose does that brain of yours serve?
Ugh.
You're even more bird brain than rifle.
Objection!
Ow!
Witness, I will not allow birds to be belittled in my presence.
Oh.
Limit your disparaging comments to the defense alone.
So I get disparaged either way. Great.
Bird lover, huh? Guess we're not destined to become best friends. That is fine. All I need is for you to talk about the state of the scene during cleaning. Alright, fine. Oh, I don't know.
I think the two of them were made for each other.
During cleaning, the pool water is drained.
Hold it!
So the cleaning is done with the pool drained of water. That's right. They use the hoist there to lower themselves to the bottom of the pool. They can do regular cleaning with water in the pool, but this was an intensive session. I never cleaned my own lab, however. Don't you think it might be due then?
I guess I can't talk, though.
Well, Sasha and Marlin came in and cleaned it for me on occasion. But I'm too busy myself. I have animals to look after, like this one, for example.
Such an adorable little creature. It lends cheer to this bleak courtroom.
Your reaction to Taka was very different, as I recall.
Taka is a fine bird too, of course. Please continue, Dr. Crab. Quickly now.
As I was saying, Sasha was cleaning the Orca pool room. While the cleaning was going on, Marlin was taking care of the Orca in the show pool.
Hold it!
So Orla was moved all the way over to the show pool. Why is that? Well, it wouldn't do to get her covered in a cleanser, would it? Of course she was moved. You don't take a bath while you're cleaning the tub, do you?
Excellent point. I usually clean the tub after I take a bath myself.
I was assigned to clean the shower stalls yesterday. They were cleaner than an Edo bathhouse by the time I was done. God, he's such a weeb. I guess Prosecutor Blackquill is the fastidious type. I polished it so well, I bet the inmates are slipping and sliding all over right about now. Huh. Maybe he's not so much the fastidious type as the prankster type? Somehow I don't think that's it either. Anyway, cleaning the orca pool is just like cleaning the tub. The pool water would never be drained unless the pool was being cleaned.
Hold it!
There is no possibility it would be drained at any time other than during cleaning. None. Huh? Shot down with a single word. Why are you so certain? Think about it. If the pool water were drained, what would happen to the orca? The poor thing! Whose side are you on, Athena? Exactly, young lady. Without water, Orla would be alright for a short period of time. But anything longer than that would pose serious risks. She could even die. So the fact that Orla is alive and well is proof the water wasn't drained on her? That's right. The orca pool and the show stage pool are next door to each other. A hoist runs between the two to move the orca and equipment back and forth. When intensive cleaning is done, the orca is moved to the show stage pool first. So the water is only drained while the pool is being cleaned.
Please add that information to your testimony.
Ah. If there were no water in the pool, the orca could die.
Hold it!
I guess you're right. Son of a gun, then why did you harp on it so? The defense loves to make a fuss over nothing. You do like to stir up trouble, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? Just like this one. How rude! Don't compare Mr. Wright to Sniper. Granted, his suit may make him look a little like a penguin. Athena, is that what she really thinks of me? I wish Sniper and Miss Baby Chick would both stop all the peeping and cheeping. Miss Baby Chick? How dare you? No, wait, that actually sounds pretty cute. Wow, you just got away with calling a young woman a chick in court. Somehow we have to show that the water could have been drained at some other time. If we don't, Sasha will be the only one under suspicion. There must be a hint somewhere. I better look through the evidence again. I have to find out how the water could have been drained while Orla was there. This should jump out at me pretty fast. And also, per series tradition, statements added to the testimony are usually critical, so... If there were no water in the pool, the orca could die. Let's see. Oh my, lots of stuff was taken out, huh? Well, here's photographic evidence of the pool water being drained.
Objection!
Yeah, that makes sense. If the water in the pool is drained, you say the orca could die. But is that necessarily true? What are you talking about? There is a way to let the water out without harming the orca, isn't there? Your Honor, please allow me to submit this photograph.
Oh, this is...
As you can see, there is no water around the Skull Rock area. With the pool in this state, the victim could have been made to fall to his death. However, there is water on the other side of the partition, and Orla looks just fine. Son of a gun. In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool... Wait, oh my god. I guess you could say Sniper, the chick, is the child of a gun. Oh man, I just got why he's saying that all the time. Oh my god. The water can be drained without doing Orla any harm.
Are you implying the water could have been drained at a time other than during cleaning?
Yes, there is that possibility. Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim? It might. I'll submit it to the judge. Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar.
Oh, you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenir today.
Actually, I would like you to make note of the entry for the day of the incident.
Let me see here. Meet the captain at the Orca pool at 7 a.m. This note is about a meeting planned with the victim.
Oops. What? The defense would like to argue that, at the time of that meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water.
Whose calendar is that?
It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab? Son of a gun. So you suspect me, do you?
What is the meaning of this calendar entry, Dr. Crab? Explain yourself.
Fine. Supposed to meet Jack at the Orca pool at that time. But I ended up not going. So you're saying you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of it that easily? I believe you have some explaining to do.
Objection!
Your blade is sharper than I thought, right, Dono? But your cut was shallow, a mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners. Do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers. If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof. The calendar alone isn't good enough, huh? I have to prove the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 a.m. meeting time. Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning when the pool was completely drained. Or, using the partition, it could have been at 7 a.m. with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstance between these two possibilities? Huh. What circumstance was different? The answer could really tell us something. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities of cleaning and 7 a.m.? The Orca was there, right? I mean, the time of day was different, but that's self-evident. The pool was half filled. Yeah, no, it's the Orca was there. It wasn't in the show pool. It was here. We have photo evidence of it being in the holding tank. If the murder occurred at a time other than during cleaning, the Orca must have been there. Oh, you're right. And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder. What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon? Stop yammering to each other and show me how you wield your sword. Alright then, my sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at a time other than during cleaning time, then Orla must have been present at the scene. If I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty.
Order? Order in the court. Mr. Wright, are you implying that the orca was a witness to a crime?
That is exactly what I'm implying. Did anyone else just get like a kind of little, like a little tingle? A what if possibility? Oh, what if? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, we'll see, I guess. Okay. And? How do you intend to prove the orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do? Put the orca on the stand and cross-examine her? Yes! 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 This is a critical point. I better think about it carefully. The defense will... I want it. I want it real bad. If I asked Orla if she witnessed the murder, I'm sure she would tell me everything. Really? How interesting. And how do you propose to communicate with the orca? Well, I'd have to think about that.
Unlike some birds, an orca is incapable of human speech. No, I'm afraid I cannot allow you to cross-examine a creature that cannot speak. Unless the defense has some other way of communicating with the orca. Yeah. No, I'm afraid I don't, Your Honor. Oh. I'm crushed. Oh, man, I dared to believe. Egg on my face. I guess that was a silly idea. Please let me try again, Your Honor. The defense will... continue with Crab? I'll continue my cross-examination of Dr. Crab. That's fine with me, but I've already said everything I have to say. You still haven't told the court why you broke your promise to meet with the victim.
Objection!
Before we get into that, why don't you take care of your orca witnessing the murder Balderdash first?
Balderdash? Is that some sort of shot at me?
That seems to be quite a sensitive subject with the judge. Oh, okay. Maybe I better come up with something that isn't Balderdash. Okay, present evidence, fine. Very nice and kind of the game to not penalize me for either of those. The defense will present evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder.
You're going to present evidence? Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca.
I tried so hard. I believed so hard. And yet, my hopes crumbled to ash in my mouth.
I must say I'm a little disappointed. I am too.
Gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor.
Very well, let's see this evidence then.
Okay, what evidence shows that the murder took place right in front of the orca? Okay. Oh, right! The body fell on top of the skull rock, but we know that Sasha moved the skull rock there during cleaning time. Because she was salty about being kicked out of the show. Yeah.
Take that!
What? What? I have no idea how that evidence is relevant.
Huh. Thought maybe if I presented it with confidence, it would all work out somehow.
Nothing to say for yourself, is that it, Mr. Wright?
I must have some evidence here somewhere that shows Orla witnessed the murder. Okay. Very well, let's see this evidence then, okay. Buh. Orla didn't eat anything in the early hours of the day. Oh, shoot. What, okay, I'm a bit stumped. This is probably my fault. So I haven't been playing too much Ace Attorney because there's like a huge heat wave going on, and I have to be very picky about when I can record. Like, it's a kind of a cool day this morning, but you have to understand, I'm recording for an hour straight in a small enclosed box, and I can't exactly have my fan going to keep me cool unless you want annoying background noise all video. So I feel like if I had been playing as I usually do, just knocking out like a whole case at a time before taking a break, I'd be able to know this pretty well. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure I have too many ideas. Could the weird blood be found on Orla be from blood splatter when he hit the ground? I don't, But no, those two separate patches of blood are on Orla are kind of odd. They look like more like knife cuts or something. And it would be weird to think that the blood splatter would go on two different sides of the orca entirely. I don't think it's that. So it's really not the skull of rock? I'm actually stumped. So let's try the trick of going by this one by one. Orla performs one trick per signal, she can't do two at a time. So if I'm trying to prove that Orla was there at the bottom of the pool like this, and was there to see the body fall onto the skull rock, Interesting that it says ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet. That must be relevant later. I don't know what the game wants from me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm stumped. I look so carefully. I don't get it. So I think in a first for Dual Destinies, I think I'm just going to look up the answer here. I don't know what the game expects from me, and hopefully I can reverse engineer the thought process after I learn. So, 1 second, I guess. Well, apparently it's pool bottom photo, this one, so let's do it.
Take that!
This photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. By accident, we got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. We were then very surprised to see luminol reactions on Orla's body. God damn it. I talked about it, but I dismissed it. Okay.
Objection!
I was almost there.
So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have injured herself when she rammed the rock. So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, was it? Those luminol reactions you saw in the orca are most likely from her headbutting.
Objection!
But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please take a good look at the photograph. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. That testimony indicated that Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminol reactions are in two entirely separate areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood from when she was headbutting. Then where did the blood come from? It's my firm belief that it's the victim's blood. The victim was killed right in front of Orla, and the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body. I talked about this, but I dismissed it as being too weirdly shaped. Ugh. I was so close. I didn't have faith in myself. Now it finally all makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder, so that's why. Orla? Boss, something's wrong with Orla. What? You're right, she's listless, and she's sinking. There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder. There's more? The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. And that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense. I have to present that evidence. That evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness. Someone tried to silence the orca.
Take that!
The defense would like to submit this evidence. What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine. It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her into a deep sleep. Tried to drown the orca? But why? Right, Dono. Are you trying to tell this court that the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent the witness from talking? Do you really expect to defeat me with that feeble attack? My sword has been drawn. I'm not about to sheath my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased the sleeping drug, didn't you? What? Does this mean the veterinarian tried to do away with the orca? Who but a veterinarian could better know how to disguise an orca's death? He could even prevent the police from examining Orla's body. Why, you? Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca? How dare you? How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian? Eek! Eek! My goodness, one could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife. Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab.
That's such a flimsy excuse.
It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab.
I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit.
Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I. But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you. Son of a gun, you just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? The Orca pool and the lab are far apart. Is it a wonder he didn't know Orla's condition?
Objection!
Didn't know? That's highly doubtful. As far apart as they were, Dr. Crabbe still had a way to know all about Orla's condition. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about the Orla's condition. Yep.
Take that!
The Orla. The torpedo. Ugh. Just had to bring that up, didn't you? With this advanced data system, surely you would have known Orla's condition.
Objection!
Wait just 1 minute. What is this torpedo? Dr. Crabbe, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom? The torpedo, or Teleobservation Real-Time Pertinent Data Organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crabbe and Mr. Shipley knew about the torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police. It's illegal! Dr. Crabbe, I demand an explanation. Son of a gun! You and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer. I like that stethoscope animation. Yes, it's true. I'm using a legal system to monitor the creatures at the aquarium. The system uses sensors like these, and yes, there's one in the orca pool too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the torpedo alerts me with a sound. Oh my goodness! How very high-tech! But if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue. With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crabbe noticed the danger Orla was in. But he made no attempt to come to her aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crabbe wanted Orla dead. The torpedo didn't give me a warning message. That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensor in the orca pool wasn't working during the police's investigation.
Objection!
Can you prove that statement?
Objection!
What's with him? I guess this is all so high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that's making him a little funny.
Funny? Yes, I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through the water, correct? But what if there isn't any water? Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. I see. And where is the sensor in the orca pool located? I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know. Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us.
They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool.
The table? Table? Ah. Do you mean the table in this photograph?
That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dono? The table is on the Skull Rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and can't be moved.
Oh, and so if the water was drained from the Skull Rock side of the pool...
Precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off? Hang on, I'll look it up. The only times lately were during cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday. So Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla. Did you hear that right, Dono? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the orca if the partition is used. But if the water is drained from the Skull Rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on except for during the cleaning and the investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained.
Yes? Where are you going with this?
In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime.
Oh, right.
Ah!
Order? Order in the court. This completely shatters the defense's argument.
But... The fact still remains that Orla was nearly killed with Dr. Crab's sleeping drug.
Objection!
But aren't you forgetting one important question? When was the sleeping drug given to the orca? You're right. That hasn't been discussed yet, has it? The orca pool is the scene of the murder. The police were there all day yesterday. The only way to give the drug to the orca undetected is to put it in her food. Yesterday, someone gave the orca food during the trial.
Someone did? I'm afraid I don't remember that. I do.
You don't remember? You're not that old yet, are you? It was the defendant, Sasha Buckler.
Ugh! Yep. I remember it. She's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on.
Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck.
So your argument is that Miss Buckler is the one who gave the orca the drug?
The prosecution's argument isn't changed. Buckler made the victim fall to his death and then manipulated the orca to pin it on her. Still not satisfied, she further planned to kill the orca with a sleeping drug. I didn't hear any reports of Dr. Crab feeding Orla. Maybe he didn't have a hand in Orla's attempted murder after all. But is there anybody else who could have fed Orla besides Sasha?
If it's true the defendant is the one who fed the sleeping drug to the orca, then that places even more suspicion on her than ever.
Objection!
The defense objects to the prosecution's claims. Well, you still haven't admitted defeat. Prosecutor Blackquill, I don't appreciate the way you only mention the parts that are convenient for you.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
The prosecutor failed to mention that Miss Buckler wasn't the only one to feed Orla. As you will all recall, there was another person who gave Orla food. Oh, you mean that person? Looks like Athena remembers now too. Congrats, Sasha. Time to celebrate. Go on, eat up. That's a lot of fish. Oh, Mr. Wright, no. I don't want to believe it either, but we can't ignore the truth. The other person who fed Orla during the trial was... Marlon Rhymes.
Take that!
Please recall when Orla was found not guilty yesterday. Marlon Rhymes gave the orca a large quantity of food. If the sleeping drug was mixed in with that food, it could be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion. Now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flopper feeding the orca.
Objection!
So you remember, did you? I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand. Mr. Lawyer, both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of our crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I'm ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. It's the charm that matches the one Azura Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? What? No, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you, but this doesn't belong to me. At the time, I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you, Mr. Lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is. It's totally Marlon's. Who else could it be? I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial, too. Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand. What's going on? What's everybody making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial and nobody's told me anything. Marlon Rhymes, you are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca. I see. Well, if it's already out. Huh? Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? Fine, I'll tell the truth. What? Okay, well, I guess here's a fine place to end things. I'm not sure what to believe now. Interesting. Man. Yeah, I guess only time will tell what he has to say for himself, but boy, I thought he'd have a bigger reaction. He kind of has a calm acceptance aura about him. Yeah, I still think that, I would say Rhymes is suspect numero uno, as Athena would say. But I don't know, I feel like there's one critical thing here that's gonna flip things on their head. I can feel something coming. It seems a bit too straightforward, just a tiny bit, but maybe my hunch could be wrong. I don't know. Well, as always, this case remains fascinating. Yeah, I'm really excited to finish this out, so guess we'll get on to that. I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Dual Destinies. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.